Hello everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Feedback Loop. My name is Ryan, I'll be your DM for the evening. If you want to share art, live tweet, things of the such, you can do so using hashtag FeedbackLoopTGC. Now, I believe Reniel is giving us our recap tonight.
Right, well, sometimes goodbyes are forever. While the town was saying goodbye to the former Baron, J.K. Opie, we were getting ready for the task the new Baron, Element Opie, had commissioned for us. To figure out the cause of their father's demise, the mystery of that mutating parasite. And by us, I suppose I mean Horse and anyone willing to keep him alive while we just happen to be in the area. Back to Marsix via ostentatious gilded airship. And while some goodbyes are forever, we hope that most only mean for now. When I woke up that morning to say goodbye to Trevor, that former tactics and special operations officer, now brigand wanted by the Crown, I didn't think it'd be the last time. I guess I took for granted that he'd be out there in the woods trying to survive capture. He's been there since I could remember, but I guess him moving on means that morning's training session was our last. Goodbyes are also promises, though. Whether it be we'd see each other again, or that we'd keep each other in our hearts, or promises to never come back. So Mom and I said goodbye to the family, and while we were there, we chastised her older sister for selling out her pride by working for that factory, destroying the land next door. Like, can you believe that? I couldn't. She'll never hear the end of it. And sometimes goodbye means having to let go. As much of a pain my family is, I know I can count on them being on my side. Dante probably had a rougher go at it saying goodbye. George Blaze, spelled eldritchly, seemed to be carrying a lot of hurt that he insists on taking out on Dante. And when it's not being taken out on his son, it's being subdued by booze. Having to see his wife and son both walk away from him, hopefully that'll teach him something. And all adventures call for goodbyes. And our trip back to Marsix wasn't eventful, not humiliating at all. Got there completely safe. Okay, fine, I nearly died trying to finish off a giant dragon horse thing. But to be fair, it would have been super rad had that worked.
And zooms out, and you see Reniel in a baby seat now.
Yeah, I knew the net was there, to capture us. So, I guess that's a thing. But we can just move on. Like, I wasn't trying. It wasn't just another vain attempt for glory. I can do better. I promise. Anyway, sometimes goodbyes are a promise broken, especially about the ones never seeing each other again. While we were at Marsix, we were counting on Cassius to set us up with some nice digs, like a really fancy hotel. We didn't know it involved getting together with a former paramour. Really upset his wife. I'm pretty sure Dante was working with the Cassius's wife to kind of just torment Cassius. In preparation for the date. That was fun. And sometimes goodbyes aren't actually goodbyes, because maybe we'll find out later, but someone that your character's name, who I remember, Koski thought was gone forever. Well, maybe he said goodbye a little too soon. Back to you, Ryan.
Cool. So,
and that was this episode.
and the show's over. We're gonna pick up with Horse. You were going off to find a library after leaving Koski at the barracks.
Yep.
Is there anywhere specifically that you would like to go? Are you sticking in the Gold Ward?
I'm gonna stick into the Gold Ward.
Okay.
Kind of see what I can find here.
All right. So, of course, it's the one document that I forgot to open.
Did you tell anybody where you were going? I forget what happened last time.
I told Katsuki before we split up that I was gonna go search for the library and that's nearby.
You're not gonna follow your ward.
No,
All right.
That's got better
they
things to
had
do.
more pressing matters.
Huh?
So you're looking specifically for buildings in the Gold War, or locations, I should say, to research.
Mhm.
You have a couple of options. One is the Leviticus University. This is where they all found you.
Mhm.
It has the largest public library. The other option requires a test to get in. It is known as the Ledgermain Collection. This acts as both a mage college and a library in the city.
I am. Horace wants to be more fruitful with his time right now, so he's just gonna go to the Leviticus University where he's already been,
Okay.
but now spend more time on. He wants to go to the library to look for more books on creatures that are more rare creatures as opposed to his usual studies.
Okay. As you make your way towards the Gold Ward from the Steel Ward, where the barracks lies, you would have to travel past the Cograil station. And one thing that does catch your eye on your way is that there's a sizable crowd, larger than you at least recognized when you arrived here by Cograil the first time. Still don't quite understand the full mechanics of these machines.
He still jumps every time he hears the whistle.
Yep.
Choo choo.
I was gonna do the whistle. But I realized I probably couldn't do it.
There is one figure who is standing out amongst the crowd. Most people here are wearing fairly plain clothing, nothing too bright. So a man in a hot rod red suit catches your eye as he steps off the cograil.
Oh, that's odd.
He appears to be a tiefling from as far away as you are. His skin tone is fairly close to that of a human. Dark black hair that slicked back goes down to his shoulders. And as he dons a top hat, that's when you catch a look at his eyes. Fiery orange. Then you realize he's looking at you from across the way.
Meet cute. Let's go.
He tips his hat.
Awkward.
It is a meet cute.
Hello.
Drop your books, drop your books.
But I try to kind of like when you make awkward eye contact with somebody, but you just try to keep going.
You do the awkward smile.
Yeah, just the. But like with one tusk coming out. Just-
You then see the rest of the people coming off of the cograil seem to be attending him, and you do hear them say, Lord Lockwell, we really must be going. Very well, everyone. Let's be on our way.
Just double checking. I heard that name before.
You
That's the
have.
rail company.
It's on the side of the train.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's the owner of the rail company.
Train man.
Bet I'm getting a haircut right now. This is actually kind of important to me.
Get your flirt on.
Hey, I'm not cutting your hair. Why did I do that?
Yeah, I don't want Dante touching my hair. Hold on.
He pulls out a cigar, lights it, and puffs on it a little as he starts to walk, attended by 10, 15 people who are trailing him. Some of them look armed, some of them look like servants.
Does he light it or do they light it? Which one lights it?
He snaps and it lights.
Okay, that's important. That's an important detail. See?
Cool. I'm just gonna clock his like immediate facial features and just kind of hone in on that, so I know what he looks like.
All right.
And this was on the way to the gold ward, or I'm in the gold ward?
It was on your way to the Gold Ward. It's mostly a notable figure has arrived in town. But you make your way to the university just fine. It's easy enough to just head to the library. They'll assist you in looking for various volumes. What specifically do you ask them to help you find?
I would like to find some books on rare creatures, either not on this plane or from that are more exotic from a different island, things like that.
Creatures not from this plane or from faraway lands. We should have a couple of volumes on this.
And are there any experts within town? Like that has been any notable professors that teach from here that specialize in rare creatures?
There are a couple of folk that will go hunting, or a couple of other zoologists, but if you are looking for information on creatures from other planes, you might have better luck asking around the legend. Most of the contacts that the university has are more of the material plane focused. We are a general university. People are able to attend, no magic required. We try to stick to some of the more natural sciences and histories.
Okay. I will take what books you have.
Would you like to find a table? Unfortunately, we can't
Yes.
check the books out.
No, yes, sorry.
They'll start looking for a few books. If you want to also take a look, you can make an investigation check with advantage.
Definitely. It's not that. Investigation. That is a 22.
22. So, after about 20 minutes of just searching this library, and this is a 2-story library, and it's pretty sizable as far as for how deep it goes and just the general area. After about 20 minutes of looking around, you get a stack of 10 different volumes.
Okay.
Some of them are on creatures of the material plane. Some of them are on creatures of other planes that have passed through incursions into the material.
Nothing that remotely looks or sounds like the description of the creatures we've been dealing with.
Of the creatures you have dealt with, you have seen one in person. The others have only been described to you. Nothing is hitting it quite on the head. There are some stories that involve rumors, mythological creatures that have never been confirmed to exist. Cryptids, essentially. And they come close, but not quite close enough. Let's see. Are you just looking specifically for just what is this?
Yes.
Give me another investigation check.
Normal?
Yeah,
18.
18. None of these are quite close enough. There are parasitic creatures. There are creatures that are only theory, but none of them come close enough. There's always a major feature that sets it too far apart. This does take you a majority of your day.
Yeah. I would also like to sneak in. Just this would be a question to the man at the front. To also look at previous tutor salon
Okay.
winners or prize winners.
All right. So you're looking for previous winners of the tutor salon. That is readily available. Some of the large names include there is Truant Coppercoil for inventing Soulforge.
Get wrecked.
Whatever. That's true. Good job, Leos.
The moon sneezes.
It was a shattering.
Crescent, just a little less crescent.
There are credits as to assistance in it, and Zastudusha is included in it as a partner.
Okay, good. I was gonna say if it's like the lower, it's like also at Dusha Kuznetsov. It's
However,
like
Zastudusha was not available at the time of the award being given.
just send it up there, bro.
Just send me my prize. Come on.
Oh, music's back.
Other people of note, you have Jane. Nope.
It's okay.
Wow, my brain just went blank. You have Wolfgang Krakenboltz
Makes sense.
for the invention of what we know as
PP.
firearms today.
The PP sticks.
The cracking bolt.
You have Jericho Azazel for the cure to a fungus that was plaguing Grisholfia and started to zombify it.
These like Nobel Peace Prizes.
Essentially.
Okay, got it.
There's a lot of names, as there's a lot of categories, and this goes by.
Looking for my homework.
This goes back a couple of centuries.
Peace prize, you said.
I would focus. He would be mostly focused on the. I had it ready. Google Docs decided to refresh. The scientific studies section.
Scientific studies.
Because it wasn't saving the universe section.
Yeah,
We
damn.
were, we were in the wrong spot. Or discovery. Sorry.
Discovery. Okay.
Where's Sparky's reward?
Eternal life.
Probably in transmutation.
He's out there ruling a country somewhere. He should get an award.
I love that form.
So there's a peace prize.
Bullying countries into peace.
Aura?
There are. Discovery is probably the newest addition as far as the categories go, which surprises you a little bit because Artifice is another category as a scientific study. The Discovery prize has only been given out 3 times. One was for uncovering a civilization from before the Horizon Eclipse, its ruins still fairly well intact in a faraway land beneath the desert. Another one was to the founder of New Conquispera for founding a country on a unsettled continent. That one was gifted in retrospect. And the last one
It's gotta be, right?
was given to Jacob Core Krakenbolts
The only one with numbers in his name.
for
4 is
the
one
fa-
of them.
for the founding of New Mechanus.
Hell yeah.
Did you mean Neo Mechanist?
Yes, sorry, Neo Mechanus.
Sorry.
You see a guy with a really big top hat in the picture.
I like that.
Sounds like
Oh.
I knew it was you.
I think it might be where the E is.
okay, that tells me a lot. And he'll just continue to pore over all of these books until he realizes it is way too late and he's going to start heading back.
Yep. All right. So while Horace is doing all of this, we'll hop over to Cayetana and Reniel back in your hotel room.
I'm in the hotel room just pacing, waiting for information from this informant. I feel like at some point we probably get a knock on the door.
Yeah. Dante and Cassius would come back at some point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Carrying bags.
Oh,
You're not
yeah.
wearing it
So
yet.
I'd open the door, walk past
No,
them.
I think I'm wearing it.
You're still wearing it?
Yeah.
Great.
Oh.
I'm
I think I was
positive-
gonna get dressed a 3rd time in the day.
So fun the first 2.
I don't even know if I can get this off.
Who needs to get off?
What did you
There's so
do
many
to them?
ties.
Tell me. Tell me
I
right
don't
now.
think I can move my shoulders.
This sounds like a war crime. Are you alright?
No. Is the haircut that bad? Reniel.
What do I say?
The truth that they look amazing? Whatever.
Oh, right, the truth. I don't think you've looked any better
I agree.
than you
Insight
currently look right now.
Can I insight check?
Well, this is
I'll do a
happening. I just
persuasion.
haven't pushed past and is
Nat
frantically
one.
looking around in the hallway for someone else.
Wow.
There is no one else in the hall.
I didn't know you to
Someone
be so
else.
sincere.
I really do mean it. You're definitely putting your best foot forward. What are those? I look at his feet.
So while you're doing this, Cayetana,
What time of day is it by now?
by the time they get back, this would be probably around 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon.
No ideas. We're burning the daylight at this point. He's probably not going to show up. Let's go. And then I grab you by the hand aggressively and just start pulling you.
Oh, up I go.
Raising a good boy there.
Is anyone else coming?
I gotta go take these shoes off. It's gonna take me a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you like ask me to come, I will.
No.
In the fit. All right.
Oh, well, I did want you to come because magic.
Sure.
You might be useful.
Wow.
But wait, I have to say,
I
don't.
Could be used.
The Balmorals, don't just take them off. They're closed. So.
I'm already just like yanking at the.
No, wait, don't. I have mending. It's fine. That's 2 platinum though. Be careful.
I start dragging you by the arm. You'll notice that Cayetana is like dressed up, like she's kind of dolled up a little bit, but not really for like fighting. More of just like, you don't know. Maybe she's got plans or something. But anyways,
Should we have dressed up?
Yeah, what the
Mom?
heck? Now I feel underdressed. Shopping again?
that's fine.
Oh my god.
So she starts dragging you toward the gold ward,
I start
and on the
combing my
way
hair.
she starts
I start combing
actually
your hair.
giving some details. So
Did you get us ice cream?
no, we need to find the doctor. I'm sharing this with you guys, and preferably as little other people as possible. But his name is Dr. Franz von. I can't pronounce that last name.
Inkenstein?
There you go.
No, I
just
this-
told you that.
That's no. Is that
I know.
Franz von Eichenstein.
Eichenstein?
See,
Franz von Eichenstein.
Dr. Eichenstein.
he's a Gristolfian hill dwarf,
Right.
and I give a general description of it. I feel like you could probably do a better job than I can, even though I'm seeing his face right in front of me.
Sure.
Franz
Let's see.
Eichenstein's the monster, actually.
He's a doctor.
So-
All monsters.
He's a hill dwarf, Gristolfian in origin. You remember he had a fairly thick accent. He has a short beard for a dwarf, but very bushy, a bit curly, and a matching bushy mustache that comes down into a bit of a curl.
A handlebar? Well, this guy's evil for sure.
The sides of his head are shaved, and it comes to roughly a mohawk that is slicked back. He has a long scar that goes down the center of his forehead and one that goes across the bridge of his nose all the way to his ears. He's usually wearing a midnight black blazer with a charcoal tie and vest beneath over a white shirt, and almost always has a long black pipe in his mouth.
That's so much detail. How do you
Honestly,
know all
it's
that?
like
That's
it's. You've
even like
painted
the
a wonderful
charcoal
picture.
of the.
Right.
It's crazy how there's more words than just black to describe color. So,
Uh huh.
we need to keep a low profile. We are going to investigate,
Him?
ask questions, be vague.
We're trying to find him.
Yes.
You think he'll know something about the parasite?
Yes.
Because above game. Time out.
Okay.
We're above game right now. You haven't told Reniel about who this doctor
Anything.
is, right? It's just
Nothing. Both of you are totally clueless unless you overheard anything.
I love
I
that
wouldn't
Noel
say-
is physically above.
Yeah, I went
it's just-
above two. I went above game too.
just making sure. I'm not playing clueless for no reason. Back. Right. This is to help. He knows about the parasite, right?
Yeah. This is strictly for.
Why are we keeping a low profile, Mom? Isn't it just, hey, we need help trying to find?
Because we don't want him to know we're looking for him.
Did you? You didn't date him, did you?
No.
Mom, come on.
Is this a bad guy?
Yes.
Oh well.
I'm glad you understand.
So what are you guys whispering? I can't speak, Cockasparrow. It's so rude. Right.
But no, seriously. Ask questions. If anyone seems to know something, then go into detail. But first, we are going to go and start looking around the gold award.
Is he dangerous?
Yes.
Right.
She dated him, so yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be.
Mom has a thing for doctors.
So, does our brochure give us any more of a layout of the gold award? I know. Probably asking around.
Yeah.
We know there's at least 2 libraries in the area.
Yeah.
One of them we probably can't get into.
What makes you think he's gonna be around here?
I got some information from a friend. She
Oh.
pauses on my
that-
last word.
Was that ominous to you too?
Nope.
Okay. Right. So we'll ask around for doctors then, who have like an edgy streak to them. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
What if we act hurt? Huh?
Right.
That's the best way.
I give you a dagger.
I made a mistake.
Okay.
No, me.
All right. Where do you want it?
So while they're doing this,
So, Are there taverns in the Gold Ward as well, a few, or any places that people
The
frequent?
Gold Ward, it's going to be more like this is a sit-down restaurant kind of business. As the Gold Ward is very much high society.
Yeah. No fancy bars then? Well, I see.
There are bars at some of the restaurants, but
Yeah. Okay. Where are the hospitals within the city?
so there is one kind of franchise hospital throughout the city, and just asking anyone on the street, you would get the answer. The Malady and Relief. It's kind of a clinic. Their largest office is on the border of the Gold Ward and the Brass Ward. But there's a couple of smaller clinics throughout the rest of the city. But if you ask about all options as far as hospitals go, there is a mental hospital, an asylum that is kind of just outside of the city, but higher up on the mountain.
We've been meaning to take it.
That is known as Carcosa Sanatorium.
I head there. You guys can head to those.
Sanatorium?
Sanatorium.
Sanatorium.
Momo, are you actually going to
Absolutely.
the crazy person?
What?
What
Are
kind
you
of doctor
insane?
is he? I didn't think I
The-
was.
There is one thing about the sanatorium that you would have also probably gathered if
Right.
you very clearly look like you want to go.
I let him stab me. So.
They would let you know that while yes, it is a mental hospital, it can also act as a prison for the mentally unwell.
So any good asylum.
What's
in,
the
like,
rehabilitation
time
rate
period,
on this place? Do they have a rehabilitation rate
Somewhere
on
where
That you'd
Arkham
have-
Asylums is.
Yeah, sure.
That you'd have to
Oh,
ask
that's why I want to go.
a
have
doctor
to go.
there.
And certainly will.
Do the guild issues have
I was
anything?
gonna say.
Yeah.
It seems suspiciously close.
And I head there now.
Yeah. I'm getting like. That sounds like that's where a bad doctor would go
Right, that's
to do bad doctor stuff.
Well, they can't go to the good doctor place. They
Yeah.
have to go to the bad doctor.
Well, I guess it depends on the hospital. Depends who you ask. Healthcare system.
Let's get more information first, see what we can find out, and then maybe go there.
Why don't we go there first? Are we splitting up?
Not yet.
Okay.
I need to know that I can trust you too.
You should know better at this
Yeah.
point, Mom. That you can trust us. I mean,
We're not up high.
Right.
It's okay. It's fine.
Fine. We'll follow your lead.
I made a mistake.
I do.
And I start walking towards the library. I'm just gonna go to the Leviticus library and try to speak to a random scholar or
Like a phone
librarian.
book. You could
You there?
You boy.
Boy.
You would enter the university, and the only part of it that is public for anyone to go to is the library.
Okay.
The rest of it you have to enroll to kind of get a tour of the grounds. But you would very quickly see Horace just in a pile of books.
Oh, that's horse.
Like
This seems
sticking
natural.
out.
I ignore this and find the nearest librarian.
Doesn't notice.
All right.
Is it at all noteworthy to you that
I was gonna say,
Koski's
was-
not with Horace?
I'd be looking for Koski. Oh, Koski must be around.
Kayatana's got real tunnel vision right now.
Reniel, you would notice Koski is not with Horace.
Or Koski's gotten really good at sneaking. Really just stepping up his game.
Yes, sweetheart, look for him for a few minutes while
I'm
I
on
go
it.
talk to the librarian.
Should roll a perception check to see how like much you believe Koski is here.
He's so good. I can't
So
find him.
you would see a older dwarf who is up high on a ladder taking a few books off of a shelf. And as they're climbing down, they almost bump into you. My greatest apologies. Pardon me.
It's okay. Actually, may I get a moment of your time?
Yes,
And he just puts him down on a nearby table.
what can I do for you?
I'm new to town and I'm looking for a friend who said he was going to be around the Gold Ward. I was wondering, generally though, is there anywhere a traveling doctor would be able to easily set up shop?
Traveling doctor? I would probably point you towards malady and relief. They will often take a traveling doctor to assist, but what profession is this doctor?
Mad. The science of.
I think it's a doctor.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually know the answer to this. I know he works on experimental treatments. Yeah,
And
experimental medical treatments. Is that something?
Experimental, huh?
The word mental is in it. Asylum. Oh, that's when you banned name. Hold on.
Experimental asylum.
Hyphen between experiment.
Experimental treatments are often done under strict supervision. If there's a traveling doctor, then they are. It's hard to find the correct qualifications that would get them into more private study. There are times where here at the university we'll have medical classes, but I can tell you there has not been any traveling doctors that have visited us.
Is there any abandoned medical facilities nearby that may have been repurposed recently, or could be repurposed that the college may not know about?
To my knowledge, any medical service that the city provides has to be well documented by the city. If it is ever abandoned, it is more or less condemned and repurposed. So unfortunately, there are none that I can think of. I would suggest you start with either malady relief or... No, malady and relief. That's where I
What were you about to say then? What was the second one that you were about to... It seemed like you were about to say something else. I was just...
I'm sorry, is this your son?
Yes.
I cry a little. Sorry.
Alright. Just gush tears for 0.1 seconds. Okay.
Is he enrolling?
No.
Yes.
No?
Sorry.
A very
no.
bright boy.
Does that break your heart?
Yes.
I don't know what he's doing, but we were just asking some questions, and then I'm sure at this point...
Am I getting dragged out of the library for like stomping around looking for someone?
You are getting chased by a librarian shushing you.
Mom, they're so fast! And he said, breaks one. Okay. I'll be outside.
So what was
We'll
that?
be leaving now.
What was that you were about to say? I want to hear that second thing that...
It's nothing.
Well, I mean, there's nothing that there's no reason not
Let's
to
go.
say it.
And I just start dragging you out.
You're like, I almost had him.
I was going to say the asylum.
Horace, you would probably look up as you see them leaving.
I would be done by this point.
You're approaching,
I feel like I'm just...
done.
Yeah, I'm like, I start closing up, put it neatly there, and I'm just like, oh, wait up! Hi, hello.
Yes.
Oh, horse.
Hi.
Oh, there you are.
I lost my guide.
You lost Katsuki?
How would you... How
That
would you
seems
lose
rather
him?
difficult.
Not lost.
He's probably around here somewhere.
Probably.
I've been trying to lose him since I've met him.
How do you do
That statement's questionable.
Kayatena's in a
They're a
mood
little
today.
bit busy.
That sounds more believable.
Honestly, you could use a break.
Honestly, I can be a lot.
Finally get a date?
I'm not sure. It kind of seemed like it. But
What?
Oh, what was your name from
I was definitely whispering that over here.
Perception to hear the whispering. That's not whispering.
You're just like,
This would be off your passive perception.
Oh,
Mine's pretty good.
mine's 11.
So Dante, you probably heard something.
No.
A couple of words.
Fine.
Fine.
You know what? I gotta do the thing
Koski's
that
going
adults
to
do.
skate. Didn't know he was into the...
I start talking to you in Undercommon,
I do not know.
Dwarvish, Elvish.
I hate
Yes,
it.
actually.
I hate it.
God, what do I know?
You barely know common.
I know.
So exactly what happened? I say in Elvish. So I can't do the conspirative thing because
I know.
you won't understand and he will.
I find a street
It
churro.
seemed very private.
You do.
I didn't want to intrude, so I kind of kindly walked away.
You know what sucks? Is I know undercommon.
So your ears just perked up a little bit, and then I just switched languages immediately.
Well, you know exactly where I'm, because I try to hide the note and you.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I accidentally put it in your pocket. Just like, I now want
As I look in my pocket, just
Oh yeah.
no, I try to keep it as low as I can.
I'm gonna sell you out.
Nah.
So we're trying to keep a low profile, which you can imagine might be difficult.
Oh yeah, I'm not good at that.
Churro.
We're looking for a doctor, someone that I've known. Maybe you could be
No.
helpful in asking the right questions.
What have you already asked?
So far, we just asked about
Doctors in general.
the hospitals and possible facilities in the area.
Did we drop his name, Mom?
I
You're
will.
still
there.
speaking in Elvish.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get another churro.
I cast tongues. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll give you probably a little bit. I'll just say Grisolfian Helldwarf, and I'll say Dr. Franz von Eichstein.
That we have to hear.
Steen.
though.
Steen.
Eigenstein.
I'll ask to spell that later.
Yeah. He's probably. He's either using a medical facility established in town, that is, he's being very low key about it, or he's using something that he's not supposed to, that's probably been abandoned. Everyone keeps talking about the local hospital franchise of Melody of Relief, but I don't think we're gonna get too many good answers there, but it's a start.
Okay. Thank you. I'm trying to think. Would I know anything about the local, like, medical area?
You were here for like 6 months. Or however long.
A week.
A week.
Yeah, we've only been like on this
Yeah.
fantastical adventure for like a week.
What's it? What's time?
What is time?
I mean, you located the nearest clinic in case of emergency, but that's pretty much all you would have found.
And that's still a part of the malady.
Yeah,
relief?
Malady and Relief Network.
Almost like there's some other place. It's not part of the Melody Relief Network. It might have a little bit of people to experiment upon. I don't know. Something like that.
I only
Mom
know.
thinks it's
They're all very well documented. I only know about the Maladin and Relief.
There's also a sanitarium in town as well.
They keep it really clean.
It is outside of town.
Yeah,
Outside
just
of
outside,
town.
but still up.
I mean, that sounds vaguely like a really good place to do it's quite some shady stuff. And the clientele wouldn't know none the wiser.
You two need to be on your best behavior, I say back in common.
I also do.
Oh yeah. Totally into this loop. Absolutely.
This is gonna fail. I say back in
Oh, we'll show you behaved.
We'll show you fail it. Wait, no, hold on.
Let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
That's your first mistake.
That's the first mistake.
We follow up.
Did we get directions, or
technical.
could we hear in the library to the sanitarium?
Is it that ominous, like, house on the hill?
Yeah.
The only building with clouds and lightning.
Yeah.
If you ask for directions, they will give you some. It requires taking a trail up the mountain a little ways and almost around the side of the mountain.
Do we get warned by a decrepit janitor being like, "Don't go there"?
We take the
No,
Gilded Mobile up there.
Yeah, how
and-
ominous is it?
Is it going to be like a the rest of the day kind of trek?
If you're going, it would probably take you about an hour of walking there, an hour of walking back.
Get started.
Okay.
And
Taxi?
at this point, you're probably looking at about 4 p.m. or so.
We could probably get a taxi there. Would we all fit in one?
Is
Are
it?
taxis here
I'll go on
like
top.
built for the variety of races that come in?
Yeah, the most. So, I'm gonna say this now as you all keep asking. Beds, carriages, things that are of variable size. There's a lot of size difference in population. They're built to accommodate the largest possible.
How accommodating
okay.
for them, sure. Is it just a rickshaw manned by orphans?
Not orphans, no.
don't know if they're
It's usually
Yet.
usually a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh. That's
To be fair, generally we ask because even both of our characters are significantly larger than generally the largest.
And we're probably used to smaller towns that are not as accommodating.
This is a large city that is meant for anyone coming through.
we hail a horse-drawn carriage.
I would want more information going here, but I think the sanitarium seems like the place.
Do we need
that-
a? Oh, is it one of those things where you need a reason to go?
a little bit?
No.
I mean, but like they won't listen unless
We have
we're
a
trying
reason.
to turn someone crazy.
My concern is we ask if they know about the doctor, and then they say no, and then what do we do?
It's
Well, I say we try to Dante,
It's a great
and
idea.
then while they're kind of investigating to see if he actually is crazy,
Uh-huh.
we snoop around.
It's a great idea. I love this idea. Wait, hold on. Make me a straight jacket thing.
Potentially lose a child for a few months, but
I'm actually a touch upset by how excited he is about this. This might be a sign you might need to talk to someone, buddy.
I start hailing a cab.
I'm more afraid of what happens if you sell it too well.
They'll never believe you.
Then we'll have to break him out.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That
We
sounds
can
so
do some investigating while we're breaking someone out.
Is this... If we attempt to break you out, will that ban us from the city?
We just don't get caught.
Yeah, that's only a problem if we're bad at it. And we're not.
Of course, just raise this hand slightly, just like, I'm...
Let's make risky, dumb plans as we get there. We can figure out which one to choose when we have more information.
All right. So, carriage is going to cost you about, for the ride there, 3 silver.
I look to Element. Oh,
Ha.
I paid with 3 silver.
While on the ride, the driver, a half-orc gentleman, looks like he's just been doing this for way too long, just looks tired while driving. So, why you all going? Visiting family?
We point to him.
It's his time.
You one of the violent ones?
No, not yet. That's why
Not
we're on a rush.
Today.
The faster we get there, the better.
I'm trying to make sure it doesn't
involved.
get to that point, preventative measures.
Oh,
He's got a history of violent.
We've tranquilized
Yes.
him.
I have a history of muscular dystrophy.
He doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't know where he is.
Lord.
Okay.
Well, if you're going that way, I apologize. You seem like you're a little lost in town. You all new to town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yes.
Yes.
We heard
We
this
are-
was the
we are
best
quite
place
new.
to
We heard this was a great place to bring...
someone that we care about who's sick to
make sure
get
that
the
they
best
get-
treatment possible. Yeah.
They sent us a brochure. It seemed like
Then he ate it.
I wish you luck. That
I've seen a couple people come out. I've gone this way a couple times.
That gives us some hope.
Do they not come out often?
Not many people check themselves in.
You've heard of the new method of drilling the holes in the back of the head? They usually give a few weeks
Japan.
before that, right?
I don't know what they do there. I just know there's more often than not when I'm going this way, there's a cage attached to the cot.
He'll be.
We're trying to avoid that.
He's had his breakfast, so I think he should be okay. That being said, though, maybe he should just hurry. As he looks away, I'm just like,
So, as you're all traveling along the mountainside, you do see what looks like a castle up on the side of the mountain.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I have a great feeling about
You
this.
do pass through a wrought iron gate
Nice.
with Carcosa Sanatorium
Nice.
written on it.
Not
Oh
suspicious
god, the
at
goofster's
all.
in there. Look out.
Don't worry about needing to get him out. The Jonkler's broken out 4 times today.
Yeah.
I think I think he has another name. Maybe for some reason I'm pocketing the broken face mask that I found.
It was a ripped off
Ripped off.
Jester's hat.
Yeah, maybe I just like.
Well, I thought it was a card.
They ripped off just that, yeah.
Where are we here?
Is the bell at the end?
Can I have it?
There is a bell with no ringer inside it.
It would really help. Okay, yes.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't put it on.
It's not a full cap.
Oh,
It
it's
was
just like a part
just
of it?
like the
Part
tip of the hood.
Tip of the.
Oh, just the very tip of it?
Yeah.
Nose.
There, sweetie.
What you got there?
Oh.
Oh my
He
god.
found it at the dump. It took us weeks to find him.
Where I live. My home.
Are you the man in the red suit dancing on the
You-
steps right now?
My arm?
Oh, we do live in a society.
Society.
Snatch off his
Let me
nose.
just ask. Can he? May he? You're gonna let the man.
I'm just kidding.
He's kidding.
Huh. I thought they got rid of all his things. There you go.
His?
Who?
Oh, a couple of years back, there was a serial killer.
Oh, okay.
They dressed like a jester.
You get a
The jester.
you get a few of those in town, right?
Jokester.
In a big city like this?
On occasion,
I meant
they even
just
spent a big
quickly.
week investigating to find them.
Did they?
They did. Inspector's, what was his name?
Oh, we would remember his name. We have his calling card. Do I pull it up? Can you pull it up and read it?
Inspector Xerxes Zaslin.
This guy? Inspector Xerxes Zazaline?
That's the one.
Ah.
Yeah, call him. Turned out to be just a kid.
Oh.
What happened to him?
Yeah, what's
They
his
took
deal?
him here and kept him in a cell.
Oh.
Oh, he got better.
We're
then.
roommates.
He has not come out. I hope he hasn't come out.
Oh, but you said they got rid of his things. Oh, they just took out his. Oh, this. Did he kill people wearing this?
Yes, he. Well, I assume they did. The papers.
Oh no.
You sure he's all right?
Let's sure now.
I think we've established he's not. That's why we're here.
We're just working towards
Dante
getting
was
him
just
to
waiting
the
for a
better
moment
point.
to crack.
The papers. The reason I can tell the papers said that the Bell's head looked like faces with crossed out R's on his seat.
And that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
Ah.
I grabbed.
Yeah, I was
the
gonna
hat,
check. Okay.
Not that crazy, and put it in my bag.
Stab him again.
That doesn't happen.
What do they call this guy? Oh, they call him the trickster.
Oh, okay.
Like the trigger.
I have no idea what he's talking about. All right.
The trinket.
But we're just gonna try. We're gonna gently, gingerly lead him out. Let's just.
Oh yeah, we.
Yeah, so you arrive Walking inside, it's very clearly been refurbished, but let's see.
Wait, I should do a voice, guys. I should do a voice. What's my crazy voice be?
Honestly, this kind of works.
No, it's not enough.
Just
Just use the Matt voice.
the mad
it's
voice.
like it's a touch manic actually, just disjointed.
Okay, cool. Have a mad voice.
I guess it's more
I enjoyed the
unsettling if
noises.
they sound normal.
So it's very clean inside. It's a white marble that has been used for the interior, opposed to the dark gray stone outside.
Digging the contrast.
Very night and day.
It's very bright in here. Any
Yeah.
lamp is just reflecting everywhere. You can clearly hear the clicking of someone in heels walking your way. And there is a woman who looks human at first, but then there's something off. She is very gray skin.
Harlequin-esque.
How heavy is her Brooklyn accent?
Does she offer us
Have a stick
pudding?
and poke that says pudding right here.
Yeah. Does she offer us pudding? Okay.
It looks like cream of wheat.
You actually realize that she is an Asmar.
Mm.
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Carcosa Sanatorium. Are you here to check a patient in, or?
We are actually.
The roots of the tree.
My son here.
The roots.
What? Has he been violent at all? Do come with me. I have some
Not
paperwork for you
recently,
to fill out.
right.
All right. My friend here, he's triggered easily, so he's just gonna wait outside.
By the way,
We talked earlier about encasing the place.
Oh no. Wait.
is
No.
this
You were like, I'm
just
definitely-
I need to talk about it right now?
This is like above game. No. So we
All right, back in game.
this is also in game.
Let me know when you find out. And I smack you in the back outside.
All
We
right.
talked about this in the carriage, and you're like, no, absolutely not, no.
We aren't listening.
I follow.
All right.
I guess I'm also following. Well, keeping an eye out for like.
One thing that you do clock as soon as Horace goes outside, an orderly does follow him outside.
Ah.
Security's pretty tight around here.
Oh, interesting.
So they hand you a bunch of forms to fill out, just previous medical conditions.
Just mark yes for all of
symptoms.
them.
You've had a fever for a while. Okay.
I am slowly answering each question, and like I have the dumbest questions for each one of them. Family history. Does that include grandparents? What about the great grandparents?
Yes, it includes the parents and any grandparents.
What about friends of the family?
Are they related to your child by blood?
Are
What
they
about
really?
dogs? Do dogs count?
I'm gonna say no.
Then they are not necessary. And she is being very patient with
Right.
you.
This is gonna go on for a while.
Hmm.
Do you want to go check on Horace? Wow. This is like
Sure,
5
Mom.
questions in. It's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
been like 15,
Oh yeah,
20 minutes.
I asked like where the bathroom is.
Clarence, can you show the boy where the restroom is?
Oh, not close.
Oh god.
And
Who is this imposing figure that I'm staring at?
a Goliath orderly
Yeah.
comes over.
Hi, Clarence.
So,
away, madam.
Hello, Clarence.
Hello, Clarence.
Come with me, kid.
so as I'm like slowly answering questions and just running away. So how long have you been with the company?
Oh, I've been here for now 30 years.
Oh wow. Quite a history. I see the place looks like it's been recently refurbished, maybe?
Oh, we tried to keep things very clean here. Very clean.
What is the staff like? Who will be taking care of young Dante?
We have multiple doctors on staff. We have Dr. Grin, Dr. Salakin. It truly will depend on what condition your son has.
General insanity.
Would you like to sit down, son?
He's been on his head the entire time.
Peanut in a top hat?
So they get a wheelchair
Okay.
and just have him sit.
I think what he has is probably, it seems quite
Contagious.
new. I don't think this might be something you guys have seen before. It goes through
We've
phases.
seen quite a lot.
Mhm.
This seems manageable.
Oh.
We'll get you a seatbelt so you feel quite well, and they do give you a bit of a seatbelt
Eat it.
restraint.
I ate the seatbelt. Can I eat it?
No, they are strapping you into the chair.
Is it magic proof? I mean, I don't know. I can try something.
Crunch.
How many orderlies are here?
In the room with you, 6.
Can I make meaningful? Can I make meaningful eye contact of how much you want me to go? Dude, when you said up, how up? I can go up,
You wanna go?
but if I go so
go?
far up, you said you wanted me to be down. So I'm looking that eye contact. You know, it's where do you want it?
Roll insight, I guess. I don't know.
Alright, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
you know
how
what?
well I
That's a
can
good
communicate this.
That's a
Like
good
a
plan.
performance check to like.
I can
Well,
try.
I know what I'm gonna do if it's high.
We're gonna have to break you out of this.
20 to try to figure out what the heck is going on here.
I got a natural 1
Oh God, what does that mean, Ryan? I'll let
I got -1, so I got a 0. So,
So
whatever
you're trying to insight his.
Like what
I'm trying to
I'm trying to figure
communicate
out what
I want
they're
to
trying
tell
to tell
him.
me to do. So do I think they were going like this to me? Do I think it's just
Oh yeah, you fully take that as full send.
I cast Spirit Guardians
Oh, no?
for the first time in this entire campaign.
no.
I make it the most evil, vile things that you can imagine warp around me as I cackle and laugh.
One of the orderlies is immediately pulling out a wand and it's counterspelling
Dang
it.
it.
Dang, that's
Dang.
good.
I don't know how much I want this doctor to slip her accent. And be
I
like,
cast another spell. I cast Spirit Guardians in the form of the alien that we saw, but it's warping out
Another
of my own
orderly
mouth.
is instantly counterspelling it.
Is in the chaos, is the orderly I'm with being summoned to help with?
Not yet,
Oh, okay.
but they do converge on the chair, and they are holding your hands down, strapping them to the chair,
I don't kill for fun.
strapping
I
your
kill for flavor.
chest.
You,
I thought you said
guys
that he
are-
was not violent.
I said jet. I very so said jet several times.
All right. Well,
The flavor is pineapple.
So I see you guys are well equipped,
yes.
right?
Apologies, Donald Grain. Will you please escort the boy to a room?
We haven't said our goodbyes yet. Like, you guys are gonna be keeping him for quite some time, aren't you?
We do have visitation.
But like the rest of my week is booked. Can I at least make sure that?
I'm sorry, but there is procedure here.
Okay.
As soon as one is to become violent, we are to take them away from the public.
Way to go.
So they finish strapping you in at the ankles, wrist, one across the chest and one across your lap. And they start to wheel you down a hall.
Alright, sweetie, I'll see you soon. And you can see the panic in her eyes.
You can see the panic in mine too.
Too high.
We've not gotten any information yet. This is too soon.
Horace,
Yes, and
well outside,
Am I still being?
you have an escort well on the grounds.
I'm asking, how far can we walk to and fro?
We can walk in the front yard here. as long as we're within the fence.
Okay.
As long as you're on the property, sorry, but you do need an escort.
That's understandable. And I'll just take a lap until he says not to this area. I'll just be trying to get a sense of the place while asking him questions.
You do see there is a area where there's a couple of patients who are doing various activities outside, and he will steer you away from them.
Mm-hmm. And while I'm doing this, any new doctors coming as of recent? I'm hoping that there's new, fresh ideas coming into the sanatorium for, especially for my.
Well, we're not supposed to talk in detail about shifts and the like, the security measure, but is there anyone in particular you're looking for?
No, and I'm just interested in new hires, new ideas being introduced. Anyone as of late just join in to the doctors? I don't need names, per se.
We get a couple new people working here every year. Not all of them doctors, but we got 3 new doctors this year. Are you looking for a job?
I was looking to intern, study a little bit about, I'm trying to decide where I want my focus of my studies to be, so I want to see which fields have mobility.
It seems like a good pursuit. I failed out of the doctorate program myself.
Oh,
I was able to stay on as a orderly.
that's why.
Do you enjoy being an orderly?
Yeah. It pays bills.
And while this is happening, I'm trying to clock any points of entry. If
Give me a
everything looks
perception check.
solid. You were doing so good.
You were.
That is a 7. You are no longer
With the
gonna
7,
be rolled.
the main thing of note that you see is all of the windows have bars. And you don't see any other real obvious points of entry.
Oh, you do.
While on the grounds, you do walk towards the edge of a fairly sheer drop that almost turns into a direct 90-degree drop. It's a cliff that has a fence in front of it, so you don't walk right off the edge. And it's a very beautiful view. Well, yes, the city is off to one side. The rest of it is just the mountain range.
Do you come here often?
First grade? Oh my.
This is that romantic.
I do come here
He works
on my
here.
breaks to clear my head. There's a couple of people staying here that aren't most pleasant to have to deal with. But
He reaches for his hand.
most of them are
You still have that note in your pocket that says meet me after work. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Just slip it down.
most of the bad ones we keep downstairs.
Oh no.
So it's good to come up for air every now and then.
I feel like the morning views here would be something to die for.
What's this do in the morning? Oh my god.
I want to wake up
They
to
are
that.
breathtaking. Reniel, is there anything you try to do while you're being escorted to
I
the
want to take a
bathroom?
similar tack. It's just like, right, I've noticed, everyone working here is pretty built. That's amazing. You guys have a gym here?
No, there's a couple of requirements
They
for.
come from the same academy as the Oily Boys.
There's a couple of requirements for applying as an orderly, and one is being able to hold down unruly patients.
I'm pretty good at that. How do you like apply? Or is that like an interview? I'm getting ready.
Hold your horses, Buck.
Right. This is me like I'm drying my hands because I did actually go to the bathroom. While looking around. Well, did I see anything while looking around on the way to the
Give
bathroom?
me a perception check. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Let's see. We're still on the first floor, just like.
You're still in the general lobby area.
Okay, so it would just be
Feels to accept it.
anything just overtly like people being dragged away, tools that don't belong in hospitals, just anything suspicious, something that's being kept hidden.
Sure, give me a perception check.
4.
You see nothing out of place. Your best guess, if they have that, probably not going to keep it in the lobby.
That tracks. Oh, that tracks.
I'm going over to those. I'll definitely see it where I'm going.
Yeah.
But
You're going down to the basement.
So I asked him about like, hey, it seems like, this place gets pretty taxing, having to manage people at their worst, physically as well. I imagine having like, even someone volunteering. Honestly, I imagine you're doing a lot of good work, keeping people from hurting themselves, and like maybe if I shadow one of you, extra hand,
could
right?
possibly be arranged. The one you're going to want to talk to is Nurse Cackle.
All right, this is good. Oh, right. Was that the one that we just passed, or?
Oh, she's the head of the
maniacal
nurse.
looking one? Okay, gotcha.
Head nurse.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially, I mean, like, would you? I'm hoping, like, it was my brother getting looked at back there. That's not gonna get in the.
It's at that point that you hear the. Yeah, just all that go on.
I'm telling you, you're gonna need all the help you can get.
Oh God.
Please.
We've handled worse.
For how long?
A couple of years.
It's gonna be all right, right?
You'll be fine.
Yeah. So I mean, one of the reasons why we brought them here because we heard there was like a traveling doctor, kind of popping in. Any word to that? I say persuasively.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me a persuasion.
I'm gonna
check.
use my captain's presence. It lets me use one of my fighter dice to add to my persuasion check. I don't think it's actually called captain's presence. 21.
21.
Blinking my eyes concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I guess one of the doctors that came through travels, probably not gonna be assigned your brother.
Right. Yeah, my mom worked with him. Or, I mean, well, that's what we're trying to like reach out. He's from Rusinavia. Inkenstein, Grusolfian, what did I say? The other one, Grusolfian. I get them confused because they were in war, in conflict.
Sorry, what did you say the doctor's name was?
Something. It wasn't Frankenstein because that's a dumb name. Inkenstein?
It's the monster.
We don't have a Dr. Inkenstein here. We got a Dr. Rudolph that came through.
I describe the dwarf. Reniel would remember it.
Yeah.
Who we're trying to
Yep.
scope against.
Curly
Vaguely
hue,
dwarfen.
mustache.
Penchant for dark clothes.
Charcoal specifically.
Mm-hmm. Not mauve. Charcoal. Mauve is red.
Yeah, it is.
Slate gray, but like darker. I'm persuasive.
I'm persuasive.
I also take him out to the outlook point.
Yeah. Come here often.
You drop here.
Hey, come
Right. The doctor you're describing, I mean,
Dr. Rudolph, well, he is a dwarf from Gersolfield, not scarred up at all.
Right. Maybe we're just thinking of. They travel in close circles. What does he do? What's his specialty?
He
Do anything for generational trauma?
No,
It's
he
for my
works
mom.
on those that have. He's been dealing out the lobotomies around here.
You don't. I mean, can I roll for medicine? Is it as atrocious as? Are we at the point where we think lobotomies are cool? Or
It's at
are
this
we-
point that you are brought back to your mom.
I ask him if lobotomies are cool.
Are lobotomies?
It's just a history. Okay.
Your boy's asking a lot of questions.
He does that. Thank you for taking them off my hands. Sweetheart, did you have more questions for the nice man? And then I start to address the nurse again. So, and then I lower my voice to speak a little bit more discreetly. We actually got a referral from a doctor that we were expecting to see when we came in. Is the doctor in today? Dr. Franz?
Give me a deception check.
I'm not good at that.
You know, you're referring me to the doctor that does specifically lobotomies, right? I don't know if you know that, but
No, that's great.
okay.
They don't know that.
Okay.
Deception. With a minus 116. Look at me.
Hey.
Pansexual dice go.
And do you have a paper for this referral?
No, it was over
We
the phone.
point to he.
Well, we have not yet received any documentation, and we do need that before we can appoint a patient to a doctor directly.
Oh, he just referred us to the business. I just wanted to thank him for that. Is he busy this week? Because I don't see why we couldn't just...
I will pass along your thanks. I do not know if we have a Dr. Eichenstein. But if we do have one come through, I will pass along your thanks.
Can I make an insight check?
Fully never said it.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a Franz.
I'm
That
like,
might be the
wait.
DM.
I assumed you just said the full name.
Yeah,
No,
see,
I just
that's-
said Franz.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
okay though.
My bad.
Oh, wait, should it be for insight to see if that's a no? Does he?
I will
does she
also
actually
insight.
Insight
since-
Ryan.
Insight, right?
I assume it was a DM.
Nice. I didn't. Go ahead, Mark.
Natural 2.
Unnatural 20.
She seems legit. Seems like it could be a cool job. You get to hold people down.
I get to steal.
Yeah, that's
So that was not fun.
Did you describe the doctor at all, or just say Franz?
She didn't really give me a chance to describe him yet.
You get a sense that she is trying to end the conversation.
They don't want me alone.
It is getting late. Can I call you a carriage?
No.
I see that Dante's not here, right?
Yeah, I'm downstairs now.
Is he all the way downstairs? Like, oh,
They have taken him out of your view.
okay.
Mom, is Dante okay?
Dante's currently in their care.
I mean, it'll be fine. This is a hospital, after all.
I'm starting to feel better.
They take care of sick people, right?
I'm sure they have
Where's
healthcare
where's Horace?
Horace is still looking at a beautiful view right now. He's having a good time.
What's did you get his name? Their name?
No, I did not. What is my orderly's name? I will have asked.
Is there a
that
name tag?
while we're looking out into the
I think
the
that's your
horizon
name.
lines.
Stranger.
My name's Gabe.
Gabe.
You know, we really came all this way thinking we could thank the man who sent us here. I can definitely wait here some time until he's free.
Unfortunately, visiting hours are...
Can you call him?
Oh, she's going on mode.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but we are going to be closing to the public for the evening.
This seems really unprofessional. It's still early in the afternoon. You could simply just call the man. Just let him know that we stopped by, and I could say my quick thanks.
Very well. She goes behind a counter, pulls out a crystal orb. Now, did you say Dr. Franz or Dr. Eichenstein, just for confirmation as to what she would have heard?
I did say Dr. Franz.
Okay. Before she would have said Dr. Franz, because I thought I heard you say Eichenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Would a Dr. Franz please come out so that a patient's mother might thank them?
You think that razzles him a little bit? Like, Franz, they're not supposed to know my name.
You wait 20 minutes,
20 minutes.
half an hour,
Oh gosh.
40 minutes. It appears that we do not have a Dr. Franz.
Right, but you knew that.
Yes.
Thanks for the show.
That's your
Stop,
eating
don't
a very
lobotomize me.
stale churro.
You don't know who works here?
I do know who works here. If Dr. Rudolph has a different name, perhaps you would have heard it.
Rudolph.
And I look at you. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, Mom. I mean, how many dwarves from Grusofia do you know?
Say that out loud.
Yeah.
Just the one. Just Eichenstein. No one else.
When are your visiting hours?
Visiting hours are from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Sounds good.
No, it doesn't.
They wouldn't do a
bad.
surgery this
When
quickly.
does his care start?
Don't say immediately, don't say immediately.
We will be monitoring him overnight and then figuring out the proper treatment plan in the morning.
In the morning.
Yes, the first night of observation.
Like just picking the treatment plan, right? Not doing it.
You will be notified of any treatment he receives as you are his guardian.
Okay, great.
We have your contact information due to you filling out this sheet.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, allow me to get you a carriage. It is getting late. She goes off behind the desk.
I look at you horrified.
And as a carriage arrives, and they walk you to it.
I have to. I at a certain point, I kind of have to be like
I would
dragged
be at
to the
front
carriage.
at this point.
Yeah. That is where we're going to take our break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, everyone. Stay tuned. And welcome back. Before we get back into the game, we do have a break shout out for Lupin the Mailman twice over. Thank you for watching.
And thanks
Thanks for
again.
the mail.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Great mail.
Now, before we hop over to our friends back in town,
Someone's helping out.
Kayatena, you wanted to jump off of that carriage.
Yeah, so once the carriage is like on the road, probably a few hundred, maybe more feet away from the sanitarium, I will look over to Rennie and just,
And I'm just looking at you like, what did we just do?
Where's
we're gonna
Dante?
figure this out. Bring the others. I'll make sure he stays safe. I'll give you a kiss on the forehead. Please keep him safe and in control.
I will do the best I can. Where's Dante?
And she jumps out of the cart and
What's a lobotomy?
quickly disappears into whatever shrubberyage or whatever she can hide in.
All right. Now, jumping over to Marsix, it is now evening.
We need to be
Koski.
more synced on this.
Shannon's shift ends, and were you just waiting outside the bar?
No.
Or?
So while all these shenanigans were
Yes.
happening,
Well, the day's happening.
Koski went and got a new outfit. Something a little bit more up to date and fancier than his regular attire.
Sure.
Went back to the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn, and brushed his hair, got changed, had a little pregame,
Dang, I messed up. Cleaned up, Koski?
Wow. We all did.
and slowly makes his way downtown.
Would you like to describe what
Fast.
Koski is wearing?
Koski is in not quite monochrome, not all black, but
Charcoal?
blacks, charcoals. He has a long, I don't know what it's called. It's not quite an overcoat. It's not a tuxedo. It's sort of like a tailcoat. He's got a walking stick with a silver top to it. You know, he's in that kind of black and gray kind of monochrome thing going on. Top hat that fits around his horns.
Ooh.
Oh.
No manic child needed.
Wow.
He is fully snazzified. Like, if you could imagine something, it's in the 90s Dracula movie, the scene where Dracula is walking around the town. That's what he's wearing.
Okay, but I have a
But
question.
in blacks and grays.
Does Koski have a tail?
Yes.
Is there a ribbon on it?
Yes.
I'm complete.
Amazing.
And it's in color scheme. It's a black ribbon.
Nice.
Yeah. More fans. I'm trying
fans,
to
more
Mom! Mom!
Yeah, he is fully cleaned up, snazzy. If you guys saw him, you probably wouldn't recognize him.
Dang, that would have been perfect night for, anyways. You were saying?
So, you make your way back to the more industrial part of town. You make your way to the barracks. And you see Shannon as she is leaving. She kind of does a double take. Well, you clean up quite nice. Shall we go somewhere to talk?
She's speechless.
He offers her his arm.
First, and she will do a
I'm sorry, he
quick.
tips his hat first, and then he offers hers.
She will do a quick whistling scale, and as she does so, she
Like a wolf whistle?
no, just like a musical scale,
okay.
whistling it. And as she does so, she just brings her hand down, and you see her work uniform transition into a very nice dress.
Oh, bippity boppity boo.
Clock strikes midnight.
How about the crown feather?
I do not know what this is, but okay.
It's a nice restaurant.
Sure.
Double take.
So you start making your way there. Meanwhile, Cassius,
Yeah.
you're all dressed up. Would you like to remind us what you're wearing?
Yeah, go ahead. I know what you're wearing.
As I unhinge my mouth and Matt speaks for me.
So, it's a double-breasted, shawled collar. I had to write it down because we went through the last episode. So, shawl collar, double-breasted,
Shawl
one
collar.
secondary breast pulled out so you can see the shawl collar.
Whoa.
It's
We're going all out.
well, you know.
So many colors.
Balmoral shoes. That's the closed under pleats, so it comes up a little bit higher, so you can see the nice what we call arrogant socks, which just means that they're a little bit sharper than them. It doesn't matter. The up the pant leg, it is a merino selvage at the edge up to the top, so that's where the cut is, and then same palette on the stitch. That was. And then pocket watch that comes on from actually the side all the way up instead, so it's almost like a cross. And then the haircut, looking good. And
And a thing of hyacinths, right?
yeah, exactly. And finishing off with vents that have the British touch folds. So vents with the British touch folds just means that you can slightly see the inner shirt. So it makes it look British, essentially.
Okay.
Kind of.
Casting mage armor on myself.
Oh, it adds a glow.
Adds a
glitter.
little bit of glow.
Yeah.
Oh, this was for protection, but yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
In the best
never
way.
know.
Always ready.
You get shot on one too many dates, you know.
How often does this happen, Cassius?
Not anymore.
So,
I'm married now.
you go
Right.
down to the lobby of the Riverstone Retreat, and there you see Linda all, what is it, dolled up? Is that the right phrase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is serving, would you say, Ryan?
I don't know what that means.
She ate and
Did she
So-
leave crumbs, Ryan?
her crumbs.
So, she is wearing
assaulting him
a black dress that shoulderless. You good?
We're fine.
So she's in a black dress, shoulderless, wrapped around the neck for support, and it still cuts down in form sleeves.
Okay.
She has a gold necklace on with amethysts, 3 of them set into the necklace. It's a long, thin black dress. It complements her lavender skin, and you see that she's done her hair in multiple different braids that intertwine around her horns even more.
Oh, okay.
And she has a very fluffy, stark white, I think it's a shawl?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yep.
little fur boa around
Yeah.
her.
There you go.
I don't know fashion.
No shots.
You know.
Who'd have guessed? Shall we?
I guess we shall.
She sniffs the flower, puts it in a vase. Well, after you.
Oh, right. Yeah. He just starts, and then he's like, oh yeah, kind of, and he hangs back with the date. Walking side by side.
You can just feel Agnes just staring daggers at her the entire walk.
Does it feel like I'm being watched?
Start chill down her spine.
And you aren't expecting, and you probably didn't see Koski dressed up yet. But as you are approaching the crowned feather, you see Koski looking much more cleaned up than usual. And
I mean, same.
you aren't 100% sure at first, but you think that's the waitress from the barracks
Okay.
around their arm. They're wearing a emerald green backless dress.
Shannon is.
Yes, Shannon is, not Koski.
Oh my goodness. Reveal.
Okay.
The outfit changes.
Shannon's hair
Quick switch.
also normally is up in a bun. It is now just off to one side with a very a curl. I don't know the specific terms for it.
A curl.
If it's a curl, it's a curl.
Okay.
Yeah, luscious curl. Just
A barrel curl.
Sure, that. I don't know.
do a barrel curl.
Wait, isn't the barrel the place that what was the place it was?
Barracks.
Barracks. Dang. It's close. It's a barracks curl.
But yeah, you're surprised to see them go into the same restaurant that you are heading towards.
Okay.
How far away from each other are we?
Do you like clock
Cassius
each other?
is coming up behind you guys, probably about 50 feet or so.
Okay. So we don't quite clock each other. Well,
Cassius
Cassius
clocks you.
clocked me, but I
Koski
mean-
is not clock Cassius.
okay.
But you come up to the Crown Feather. It's a stone building, the sign of which you see a crown atop a
Feather.
You see a crown atop a griffin.
There's feathers on it.
The crown is made of some sort of crystal. And the griffin seems to be made out of gold. You walk in and you are walking through what appears to be a very cleaned up and presentable wine storage. You see a bunch of bottles as well as a couple of barrels. And you are escorted by a staff member to a very comfortable chair. A small table between you and Shannon. And then Cassius, you go through the same process with Linda, and I'll let you decide. Do you want to be in Koski's line of sight, or do you ask for a table where Koski would not notice you?
I would like to be like close to Koski, but like with Koski's back turned to me, outside
Just
of
be
like.
to his right side.
Yeah, exactly. This entire right side.
I gauge how well Koski has like learned anything about me or my voice at this point, and I'm assuming it's low.
They have not been paying attention.
You know.
All right.
So are you behind, or are you just in that right quadrant?
I'm assuming I'm like kind of like a table or two behind if I get to like pick a seat.
All right. Well,
Definitely not eyeing up someone else's date immediately.
well. As you sit down, the band that is here begins to play another slow song.
Hold on, just to throw a monkey wrench in Cassius's plan. The placement of the table, Koski doesn't want his back to the door and asks to switch places with Shannon. And is now facing you.
Sure.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, well. Now we're gonna
I
stay.
act like I don't notice you're there.
Oh, Koski hasn't noticed yet.
Wine menu.
Well,
Just the wine menu.
the music plays. The fireplace here crackles. Light glints off of the crystal chandeliers above. The menus are brought in, and it is meals you've never heard of, Koski.
Not hard to accomplish.
And it is
Chicken.
Just literally
far out of the budget of what you're used to, Cassius.
Gross.
But
Cassius hates fancy food.
drinks are ordered. Nothing near strong enough for what you've liked, Koski.
Do I remember like Linda's drink order from my cabaret?
Neat martini.
I
Neat.
order her a neat martini.
She thanks you as soon as the waiter leaves. So,
So?
you and your friends are planning to stay how long?
Oh, well, it's hard to say now, you know. Could be a day or more, could be a month.
And what are you planning to pay with? Gold? Silver? Platinum? Jewels?
Oh, well, I mean, depends on how much you're charging.
I'm in the mindset to charge your friends a gold a night, and you too.
And me too. Well. He sips his drink.
What? No counter. Where did the Cassius I knew go?
Well, he
Is
went
he distracted by Koski?
He went to Blackwood for a bit, and
It's at that point that you do recognize. Oh, that's Koski.
Anyway, what have you been up to since I've been on this vacation?
Running the retreat.
It's been doing well.
Yes, quite well. We have a couple of large names coming through in the next few days.
Right. Seems you've really large names.
Yes, people like Mr. Locke, Mr. Krakenbolts.
Oh. Well, sounds like you're doing quite well for yourself.
Indeed.
It's
Hence, us needing to raise prices.
right.
But you are an old friend.
Yeah. I mean, not to, it's a good thing though, that you got the footing when you did, right? He's like, oh my god. He's like, where is my, you can tell that he's just, trying to, ether up the, courage and, smooth talk he used to have, but he's just, it's between, being distracted by Koski and his date, and then also, feeling his wife jangling around in his brain, and he's like, I'd say we're good friends for a long while now. We've done each other a number of favors. I've done you quite a few favors, and I would happily do it again. But right now, I'm in a position where myself and my friends need a favor.
As soon as you hear my friends, that's when you cluck. That's Cassius.
What is he wearing?
Koski,
It's
for the most part, doesn't
double-breasted.
care.
It's quadruple-breasted, girl.
And we'll have his conversation for now.
We are old friends. I always wished we would become more, but Agnes. I always felt she stole you from me.
Oh, wow.
And then you hear in your head, this, and
I don't like.
it's just a string of expletives.
Well, you know I care for you very much. But you also know I live a certain lifestyle, and I don't know it would equate with your, high society ideas you have for yourself. Being a bit of a rough and tumble gentleman myself. I didn't want to get you involved in all that.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's pretty good.
I'm smooth.
That was actually pretty good.
Oh. I'm protecting you from me. If I had a dollar.
10.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Average.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe I want to be in that life?
It's not.
Well, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, especially not people I care for. Swink!
Is that why you chose Agnes?
No.
Feels wiping back of skull.
Yep. Wait, you feel your hands start to slowly go down for the gun.
Drink. Agnes. She was already there. I wasn't. Well, I suppose I'd. I thought I wouldn't be pulling her down any further. But you, look at you. You've been very successful for yourself, so maybe we had the right idea back then. Sorry, waiter, another drink.
We don't.
A waiter will come by, get you a refill. And she would say,
Your wife makes you spell.
as much as I enjoy this life, I'm sure I would have enjoyed that one too.
Oh god. Oh god.
I will make you a deal. As long as you are staying at the retreat, we tried to make things work.
Like, my friends work for you, and then
I don't
we get
care
the-
about your friends. I care about you.
Fair.
So I work in the.
You do
in the
not.
retreat.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
Cassius is very much a man that understands what she is saying.
And you feel your wife just shaking her head. Nope, 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 in your head. If you do, I will waive the daily fee down to a silver.
Whoa.
Yeah, 90% off.
Mental man.
And you stay for free.
100% off.
You're
The same.
too kind, Linda, to give me such an opportunity.
If you have a counter offer, now's the time.
I can't.
I'll let you think on that, and we'll hop over to
He's
Koski.
done.
I cast counterspell.
How many times did you distractedly glance over at Koski?
Like,
I
please
feel like
help.
a lot until that, and now he's very much like, oh.
Okay.
So, Koski. You both sat down. You ordered your drinks. So, she'll pull out the necklace with the ring on it. How do you know my Auntie Quinn?
She was my fiance.
So you're the one that she told me about.
Suppose so.
You must be her Koski.
I mean, she called me Thaddeus, but okay.
She didn't have a lot of words to communicate. She would send a couple spells my way.
It just makes sense.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you have so many questions. She told me she never mentioned me.
I did not know of you. I did not know she had siblings.
My parents died when I was very young, and well, I was raised by my godparent, my godfather. We moved a little further from the rest of the family, and then their whole debacle happened, and they moved away.
What do you know of why they were in Rusanovia?
At first, I didn't know anything. And then I learned of it through. I learned of it through Dad's work. He has a job with the government, and he told me that there was a noble family in trouble, and I might have snuck into his office. And I read that it was my family. So, yeah. I spoke with Auntie Gwen maybe 4 times before they moved away. I know that they were essentially put into witness protection.
Yes, they were.
How much do you know?
I did not ask questions. I was to guard them. I was to guard your aunt.
So you proposed to her?
I mean, not just like, I am here to protect you, will you marry me? No. We bonded over not wanting to talk about our past. There is an emptiness there that neither of us wanted to address.
Oh. Oh, that's so sad.
No, it was fine. Your aunt made me happy. I made her happy. At least I think I did.
She kind of melts into a smile a little bit, a sad smile, like she... It's like she's got both pity and envy of what you two had. Is she all right?
They're all dead now.
Oh. Did the assailants come back?
They came back for your aunt?
The last message that I received from her was that there was an attempt on her family's life and that my grandparents had died.
Yes, I protected her that time. I was not as lucky the next.
Oh. Wait. She said she was expecting.
She was. Like I said, they are all dead.
She puts her hand on yours. So sorry.
Loss is part of life.
Why are you here?
I had nothing left there. Why stay?
Did you come to Elders because she was from here, or?
I did not know where she was from, to be honest. I came here because there was nothing left for me there. And I just ended up here.
Funny way of how the world works.
I suppose.
What happened to her? If you don't mind me asking.
They came. There was a raid. It was a lot. I don't remember a lot, but when I came to, she was gone. There was blood. I assume they did to her what they did to them.
How long ago was this raid?
This was a year? No.
No.
Raid was...
That raid happened at the start of the war, which was like 20 years ago.
The raid that she went missing in?
Are we thinking about the same raid?
No, we're talking about the raid that Gwen went missing in.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking about the big raid.
Yeah, no, not that raid.
All right, that one would have been about a year back, yeah.
How many raids?
I love this thing, by the way.
That's a
This
lot
thing.
of raids.
This is my favorite part.
This is the greatest.
We're doing this from now on forever and
Yeah.
ever. Thank you.
Yeah. It was about a year ago. I left soon after.
Oh. You see her kind of start to think a little bit as she's nursing her drink. You two were going to be married and have a child.
This we were. This was taken from me. It made me angry at the world.
Someone sent me a package about a month ago.
What's in the box?
And it was the hilt of her sword.
Who was this package from?
There wasn't a name or an address.
Was it damaged?
No. It was like the blade had been ground off of it.
What's that mean?
There was a letter with the package. It had a very short message. It said that she was recovering and she would be back soon.
This is impossible.
I thought so too. So I brought it to my dad. And it's kind of his job to figure these things out. He has someone working on it in Skyshore. To see if it's real or not. I was debating if I should tell you or not, and you see her just start to look as if she's regretting telling you without having more information to tell you.
I want her to be alive just as much as you do. But I do not see how it's possible.
I don't either. But I can't give up hope that I'm the last living member of my family.
Hope is a dangerous fire. I put it out long ago.
Hope is the kindling that keeps people warm in the winter.
I've stayed warm just fine.
You seem quite cold to me.
How much fire damage is that?
Buff table sick.
Do you have any?
I do not mean to be this cold. It's just when life hurts you in such a way, you cannot help it.
If she is alive, humor me.
Yeah.
If she is alive, and you don't look for her, wouldn't that be worse?
I did not say I will not look for her. Someone sent that blade. I want to know who. If it is her, she's back. I want to know why she left. If it is not her, I want to know who did it. And I want to know who took them from me.
All right. Here, and she'll hand you the necklace with the ring.
Puts it back on, tucks it under his shirt. It is all I have left of her. Of what we had.
So, what would you like me to call you, then?
Uncle?
You can call me Koski.
All right, Koski. Are you thinking the beef or the fish? Oh, I'm so sorry.
I will stick with the wine.
Oh, this beef, it's so my compliment. It's been so long since I've had a good steak. I would have
Has
killed
Cassius
someone.
continued to glance over periodically? Has Cassius continued to glance over periodically? Okay. At a certain point, Cassius is gonna go, "Excuse me, one moment,"
Of course.
and walk over to Cassius and Linda. Is that her name?
Yeah. It's just so
And-
as Linda's just just talking on.
Mm-hmm.
You come
And then
over.
you told him what?
Excuse.
Pardon, one moment. Cassie's gonna lean over at you. It's called fashion, sweetie. Look it up. And go back to the table.
Okay. I do two psychic damage.
Oh no! I like the Nukoski.
It's a work friend of mine.
Oh, before going back to my table, he's probably going to stiff you with the bill. So here's a platinum for you for what he does to you. And then go back.
It's your problem. Is it the beef? I'm sorry.
You see the steak? I didn't know you were here.
Look, Cassius got burned a whole bunch right here. So now
I
it's
don't like
Cassius' turn.
seafood. I don't know what to tell you.
So what do you say? Do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And she goes to just cheers with her glass.
My empty third glass. Cheers.
It explodes.
What's the opposite of a wingman? A footman? What's that?
Excuse me, I think I'm going to go to the washroom.
All right.
I don't know.
Are you just using this to escape, or?
I could feel
Oh yeah.
the looming.
You have a bit of a headache,
Yeah.
and there's a little bit of blood when you touch your ear.
All right. I go to the men's washroom. take a mint. And I look deeply in the mirror, like any good disheveled protagonist.
You see your wife. Is your wife there?
Your wife is standing behind you in the mirror, looking enraged.
Aggie, it doesn't matter. None of this matters. What matters is we have somewhere to stay. I don't have to worry about any of them. I can handle the crosses. You know I don't care.
Give me a persuasion check.
15.
15? I know you don't care. I do.
I know you do. Wish you wouldn't so much all the time.
Is there any other way?
I mean, I'm sure there is, but it doesn't matter. None of this matters. I'm going to go find whatever the crosses are up to. This is excellent. Now I can find out what lock and crack and vaults are up to and figure out a way in, do what I need to do, and then...
Alright. I want you to be careful on your investigations. I want you to be careful with that witch.
What do you think she's going to do?
I'm worried about a vendetta.
I mean, possibly. If
The deal she gave you seems too good.
maybe I'm just that charming. But sure, yes, it seems too good to be true. I don't trust her. I don't trust anyone that I could possibly talk to in this city, and if I kept eyes on the back of my head for all of them, I don't know how I would manage it. I've already got a good 2 to 3 other people I've got to worry about.
Extra set of eyes right there.
Yes, well... Still allowed to not like it.
Well, of course. I just wish you wouldn't let yourself get so upset about it.
You're acting so crazy right now.
Just not like it less.
I care about you, Aggie. You're the only thing.
I know. And you feel the ghostly form reach out of your hand to hold your hand.
I will hold the ghost hand. This outfit looks bloody stupid.
Oh, yes. Yes, it does.
Gods. Even Koski noticed.
Yes, that was impressive.
Oh.
I
fail to loosen my tie.
You made it tighter.
Yeah.
Darling, I fear I will distract you too much in whatever negotiation you might have to do tonight.
What? What do you...
Your ear, darling. Me being this upset has
it's...
hurted you.
Your ear falls. What was that?
Oh, I was bleeding in my ear.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I take one of the very nice white towels they have in here and just toss it on the floor.
Okay. Someone picks it up.
If
Of course.
I understand if you don't want to be present for this. I don't particularly wish to be either. I want to do the right thing. And this is a stupid, circuitous way to get there, but I don't know. I think it's the right way.
Why is the right way always the most difficult?
I wish I knew.
Alright, you've been in here a while. She might be a bit suspicious.
Oh, you know. Alright.
Darling. You have my permission to do what you need to do.
Nice. Good one. Let's go.
I do love you,
I love you too.
but I'm going to take a back seat for the rest of the evening.
I understand.
You'll feel one last squeeze of your hand, and she will kind of fade into just, you know, she's
Yeah.
still in there, but it's not the
Just the
rage
nagging, like
and nagging that was filling your head.
pounding on the back of my skull. Yeah, it almost feels like weirdly empty as my headache subsides. I look in the mirror. I feel like one person for the first time in a bit, and it's strange. I kick my weird ear towel and I head back out.
Someone does have to go and fold that, you know.
It is a Michelin star, so they do have to
Yeah.
fold it. It's part of the policy.
There's blood in this?
They don't care about biohazards yet, it's fine.
Yeah.
It goes into soup.
Is there anything else either of you would like to ask your dinner partner throughout the rest of the evening?
Koski realizes, sorry, did you want to go?
No, you go first.
Koski realizes he was a little harsh. So,
To who?
To me.
to Shannon. So
Oh,
he's
this beef. Can I get
More
he's
beef?
taken to telling her more about her aunt and their life together.
She hangs on every word.
He tells her about all the bards that Gwen told him about and all the little plays she arranged with the children of Rusonovia.
She did very much like the theater.
Yes, she was much more cultured than I. She taught me a lot. She taught me to dance.
One of the few times that I saw her before she moved, we went to the theater.
She loved the theater.
Watch Hamilton.
I actually have her to thank for my love of music.
Sorry, I got distracted. What?
I have her to thank for my love of music, actually.
Yes, she was very cultured. Your whole family was, to be honest.
She looks like she's about to say something, but stops. And just kind of gives you a smile. Like a familial, loving smile.
It is a shame you did not get to know her better. She was lovely. There was a painting of us once. I don't know what happened to it, but it was very nice.
Describe it to me.
We were both happy. It was for our engagement. Her parents paid for it.
No, describe what it looks like. And she grabs a napkin and starts to hum to herself while tracing her fingers along it.
Your aunt, she was in black dress and it had a black capelet to it. Her hair was long and down. I was next to her. We were holding hands.
Her smile. I miss it.
By the time you finish describing it, she has the painting on this napkin. It's not exact, but it's very close. And she hands it to you.
Had you seen it before?
No, but I have a vivid imagination.
You have a gift like your aunts. A gift for the arts.
That's what my dad says. Cassius, you had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I think he's like feeling a little more comfortable schmoozing, but in between he's just, so, Lock and Kraken vaults.
Yes, they each booked within a day of each other.
Do you know what for?
Said that they were coming for a couple of reasons. My guess is the Castle. The horse racing track outside of town. My guess is that it my guess is that they are coming for the race in a couple of weeks' time.
The crosses, they still involved in that?
At times, I know that they breed some of the horses used in it. I know that the Cypress Derby is coming up soon. Perhaps you and I could go.
Sure, absolutely, yes.
I'm guessing that's the one that they're here for specifically.
Sounds like a good opportunity for us to spend some time together.
Yes. If I may make a request, maybe a different outfit for the Derby.
Yes, this was my assistant. I haven't heard from him today.
You may want to think about hiring another.
Well, I'll talk to him about it. He was really excited for this. Is it that bad?
It's not great.
Well,
I wasn't going to say anything, but then your friend said something, and well...
Personal attacks. All right.
I know.
Since everyone else was doing it.
Been a
When in
while
Rome.
since. I think the last time I owned a proper suit was when the cabaret was still open. So we'll see what I can mess her up.
I'm not daft. I know you're not going to be sticking around the retreat the entire time that you're here. Just do what you need to do and at least come and say hi whenever you feel like it.
Of course. I promise I'll find the time.
It's appreciated.
Of course.
May we get the check?
I quickly put the platinum down on the table because I've been insulted. Before even seeing the check, I'm like, what is it going to be like 2 platinum? I don't know.
Check is 5 platinums.
Actually.
The check does come and it is a total of 70 gold.
Oh, we had 7 platinum.
For either of us? Or was that your check?
That was yours.
Okay.
You had to get the steak.
Shakily takes out like
Yeah.
half his platinum.
You had to get the steak.
Shouldn't have ordered that second plate.
Well, dang, you just paid for the hotel.
Yeah, true.
You really just paid full price for the hotel.
It was essentially that way.
Like it's a golden day. It was gonna be a golden
Wait.
day.
It was gonna be at least a golden day. You just spent so many
Well,
nights.
that was her first
No,
offer.
2 gold for her. For them.
for them.
Yeah, he had it. Yeah.
Yours
Master
comes
negotiator.
to 4 platinum.
Negotiators.
40
You just paid
gold.
for 45 days.
Yeah,
Wait,
back in the
70,
game.
yeah.
Call me Mr. Silvertongue.
No, 40 days. 35.
Shannon will offer to pay half.
Two.
We both said
No,
no.
Costco.
Yeah, we're not doing that. I should be.
But you're both able to finish off your evening. Shannon says goodnight.
Before breaking off, Koski's just gonna ask her if she has any ideas for him to look into this hilt. Or would your father know?
My father would know more. You'll want to check in with his office, though. That's where most of his network coincides.
What is his name?
If you just go to the chief inspector's office, they'll direct you.
Zaslin?
That is the chief inspector, right? Zaslin.
Zaslin is the chief inspector of the crown.
Right.
I think I threatened him.
Did.
Cool.
Oh no.
I don't know what you're talking about. But you did it off great.
Okay. I will look into this. If I find anything out, I will let you know.
Have a good night, Koski.
Thank you for
I
the
hope
evening.
to see you around the barracks.
Thank you for the evening. He'll do a little
She'll do a curtsy.
kiss her hand.
What a gentleman.
I see new ships sailing on the horizon. No, not this one.
And Cassius, I take it you walk your date back home.
Yeah, he will hesitantly offer his arm.
She'll take it.
So hard to move my shoulders.
Koski's not far behind.
Are you guys just 10 feet apart walking in the same direction?
I'm awkwardly trying to pretend not to see Koski. It's nice out tonight, very cloudy.
But you all get back to the Riverstone Retreat,
Most.
Well,
Most.
and
Maybe like
as you make your way back up towards the rooms, you see Kayatena, Horace, and Reniel.
no Kaya
I'm a
Tan.
bit-
Right, not Kayatena. You see Horace and Reniel in the hall, just seemingly waiting for you all.
where's Dante?
Well,
There's a lot.
funny story.
Alright, why don't you tell it to me later? I've got Linda right
Do your
here.
thing.
Oh, sure. Have you
Honestly,
seen Koski? Oh,
honestly, I'm just not that interested. Koski's gonna just go upstairs.
I was gonna say Linda would say, "This seems important as the child is without their mother. I will be waiting for you
The
upstairs."
child is always front. Alright. Upset.
Oh yeah, did we have rooms or did Koski just go upstairs?
Koski's like,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, you had a room because we had the one night free.
Okay.
What's wrong?
right. So, Momo's looking to a lead, right? Doctor related, probably has something to do with the parasite. Very important. We went up to the asylum.
Oh, the outfit wasn't that bad, Radiel.
Oh,
Well,
How did all this
whoa.
other stuff happen? Hold on, Koski didn't go away. Koski's just not interested in what happened to Dante.
Right.
But the rest.
Well, so here's the thing, and Reniel is just like trying to like be calm. Do you know what lobotomy is?
Oh god.
Well, anyway,
so Dante came in with the plan of
Might it help him?
pretending to be.
I've heard it's pretty state of the art.
It's,
It might be good to stir a few things around in there.
well,
You can't stir if there's nothing there.
yeah, that.
Don't talk about him like he's not. Please don't.
I would
You
say
know,
it if
there's
he
a-
was here. You know I would.
I know you would. Right. Well, it seems pretty concerning.
They kind of took him away, right?
Right. We were getting pretty bad
Didn't you have that
vibes from
spell?
the entire hospital.
That talk to you in your brain spell.
I
You heard from him at all?
No, I'm pretty sure they take away his spell components and stuff like that.
Alright.
They had him pretty bound.
Well, why'd you do that?
They were looking into a lead. I don't know what happened inside. I was relegated to scouting duty.
I only
and
heard
I'm
the
not good at
screaming.
that.
Don't come out of there, you know.
We're learning that now.
Yes.
What?
I would have told you that.
What?
You could have asked anyone that's lived in this city for any amount of time, anything, before you went to.
Well,
I'm not even from here, and I can tell you, if you go into a place with a large gate outside that looks like that, you're probably not coming out.
I do not think they were expecting to be admitted so quickly.
Oh, he was doing a very good job acting.
A little
In their
bit too
defenses, everyone did tell them that, so they knew.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Would my mother be there?
What?
What?
Actually, probably.
One more time?
Go again?
Okay.
So Kaiten is currently out there,
Right.
I believe, scouting a way to get inside.
Yeah, Mom thinks it's
Hold
dangerous
on.
enough.
I don't babysit you for 1 day.
Right.
1 day.
He's trying not to.
And
right?
this is what happens.
No.
I'm sorry.
We were looking for you though.
See, I'm not too. You know,
You're new to this. You're not.
Horace is quietly trying to explain it.
It's just like
Not even a full day.
I know.
It was like 5 hours.
Nearly the same day he jumped off the boat.
That was this morning, yeah.
Long day.
It's been a long day.
You should
Okay.
go. I don't know. Sleep.
Wait, can't we? Shouldn't we do something like tonight?
What are we
No.
going to do?
I don't know. Mom's doing something.
well, should we?
Where is it? What is she doing?
I don't know. She
We
jumped
have
off the
no
carriage.
clue.
Well,
She just jumped off, didn't say a plan.
we can go look for her.
That's where Reniel gets jumped off.
Do not volunteer me to
It
do this
seems like
tonight.
there's a theme here.
You like the big elephant lady? I don't know. You go
Wait.
keep her from.
Wait. If you do this, wait. I'll promise to keep watch of horse for free. Just
You
please
couldn't even watch your simple friend.
help. He was with us. There were so many orderlies. One of them was a Goliath.
There were a lot of orderlies.
And
They're big.
I thought we were playing it cool. And then when I get rid,
The nose just crinkles
yeah,
up.
it's fully just.
I mean, a lot of things were out of our control.
seems pretty in your control when you pretend to do something to get yourself admitted to the sanitarium.
To be fair, I wasn't in
Like
there. I have
kind
no
of
idea.
entirely in your control.
I want to
I
believe
could
it
have
was an
sworn you told him to
accident.
hold back. I have no idea why.
It's like somewhere between. I'm going to say it's somewhere between 100 and 100% that it was in your control.
Probably. Well, listen, we can
you
use
know.
it as a lesson learned. But
This might be quite the lesson.
right. Please, Husky.
I have had an emotionally taxing evening.
Okay.
I have not had nearly enough to drink. This can
Sneaking
wait.
up the stairs
We
right
can
now.
put a pin in this until the morning. I'm telling you.
To the morning when you're more drunk, yeah.
What if they scramble his brain?
The ghost of Cayetana from miles away.
They're just weeping in the lobby.
Only you heard that in the back of your head.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Mom did mention something about
I
keeping
mean,
an eye on him.
let's just put it this way. Worst case scenario, your very simple friend is locked away,
Cannot stress this enough. You
and
dumb.
yeah,
He knows how to cast spells.
he's already
That
locked up
right.
in a place, right?
Mm,
So like that's not changing.
Right.
And your mother, I mean, what's she gonna do?
You don't know my mother.
Yes, but what I mean is she gonna try to break in? Then she gets locked up in there, and we're still having to go tomorrow anyway.
I guess.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So, like,
Okay. But we are going tomorrow then?
don't push it. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Not too early in the morning. I will be hungover.
When are you not? I don't finish that sentence. Right.
Not usually hungover if I keep drinking.
Right.
This is the way alcoholism works.
Noted. Okay.
Not recommending it though. Making that very clear.
Who are you? Is that my camera? Okay. Right. Tomorrow then?
Yes, we will get back your mother and the simple one. We will deal with it tomorrow.
It's Dante.
I might not remember it.
I really haven't made the effort to learn his name.
Okay. Do you remember my name?
Something with an R.
I'll take it. Oh, cool. Do we have any way to, like, talk to him?
I do not.
Like, anyway. Okay. Okay. And then, like, Reniel would just, like, look around, like, he just realizes he was, like, looking up to, like, look for his mom.
Does this hotel have a phone?
Who has the
Or
shell
the
phone?
orb thing? I do, but it only calls the orbs.
Well,
It would not, but there is probably essentially a pay stone outside.
You can go to the shell phone outside and probably call.
I'm gonna paste him.
why would I?
Call you, Dante.
You think they'd connect me to someone they
I mean, you can call. Generally, patients are allowed to answer the phone. I mean, like, they don't answer. Usually, like, a nurse answers, and then they tell you a whole bunch of things that they can't help you, and then there's a lot of rigmarole, and then eventually you get to talk to your loved one as long as your loved one has behaved.
Or a
Do you trust that he behaved?
He's doomed. he's fully just weeping now.
Yeah, you're right. He probably has not behaved. Yeah, you can talk to him.
Right. Oh no,
Choose
this
your
was my
friends.
idea too.
Choose your
Of
friends.
course it
better.
was. That tracks.
Actually, it was definitely mine.
No, so I remember you saying that's a great idea.
So
Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
Oh no.
we're going to cut over to sanatorium real quick.
Yes. I was hoping for this. I don't know if I'm getting a scene, but like, I'm excited.
Kayatena.
Oh shoot, I'm getting a scene.
It started to drizzle out. It's a very light rain. You can see lights are still on in every window, but they start to go out. You can only wonder which one is Dante in? And will he be all right? Dante. You are in a 15-foot square padded room
15 foot.
in a bed.
Mm-hmm.
The bed is
Just-
not padded. There's no mattress.
It's a trap.
Still from Mars.
Staring at the door. There is no window.
Okay.
Oops.
Well.
And you are wondering what? What is going through Dante's mind?
Jeez. Honestly, not horrible. Let's consider.
Is this the first time you've been in
Is
bed?
Yeah, kind of. No, we've seen it. But I mean, the first things first is like situational. Like, can I move at all? Am I restrained still?
You are not currently restrained. However, you are in a gown,
What kind of gown?
a hospital gown.
Like the backless
Sequin.
kind?
Yeah, I was thinking backless.
Yes.
Hey, still backless though.
Green cheeks.
And
Double cheeked up on these days.
you do not have your holy symbol.
Well, yeah, okay. That's not good. Okay, so yeah, I guess I just. So, all a misunderstanding. I think I'm better now. Hello?
That
Hello?
is when the light in your room goes out.
Oh.
Whoops. Oh no. Whoopsie.
And that is where we're going to end.
Without.
Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed tonight. We just want to thank Travis Savoy for all of the amazing music you've heard tonight. You can find them on Bandcamp as well as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube as RPG Music Maker. We also want to thank Tabletop Gaming Center for helping us put on this amazing show. Our socials on both YouTube as well as anywhere else you're going to find us is Tabletop Gaming CT. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope to see you again next week. But until then, game on.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.